Hello again, sophomores. Thank you to all of you who watched the video last week. One of the things about YouTube is I'm able to see how many people viewed the video, and I'm also able to see how long those people watched the video. And so one of the things that I saw was that the video was generally only watched for about a minute. So I thought, oh hey, maybe they see that it's 20 minutes long and they get discouraged. So what I've tried to do here is make shorter videos in order to hopefully get you the information that you need in a shorter amount of time, and also hopefully not look as intimidating for you. So this is a first in a set of videos that I've called 5 Things in 5 Minutes. Here are 5 things about Catch the Moon in 5 minutes. Puerto Rican-American author Judith Ortiz Cofer wrote using her own past experiences as an immigrant in the United States, blended with her imagination. A lot of what she wrote could be classified as creative nonfiction, which is truth written in a narratively creative way. We're going to focus on character in this video, which is to say we're going to be focusing on real-life skills. It helps us figure out people in real life, and it helps us to figure out a little bit about ourselves. There are 5 ways to do this, and luckily when you put them together, they create the acronym STEAL, S-T-E-A-L. So I'm not encouraging you to commit theft, but I do hope it helps you to remember how to analyze character. We look at what they say, their thoughts when it comes to the point of view character, or whose eyes we're seeing the story out of, the character's effect on others, or how the other characters act around them, the character's actions, and lastly, what the characters look like. Start off by identifying the protagonist and the conflict he or she faces. Luis is our main character in Catch the Moon. We learn a lot about him in the opening paragraphs. Luis Cintron sits on top of a 6-foot pile of hubcaps and watches his father walk away into the steel jungle of his car junkyard. Released into his old man's custody after 6 months in juvenile hall for breaking and entering, and he didn't even take anything. He did it on a dare. We learn a lot about Luis from this short paragraph. Luis and his dad work at a car junkyard. Luis just got out of juvie and works for his father as penance. Luis broke in somewhere, but not to steal. He acts on instinct and on dares from his friends, who we learn are called the tiburones, or sharks, taking their name from a modern musical adaptation of Romeo and Juliet entitled West Side Story. Characters, at least round characters or characters with inner conflict, are like people. They have motivations that don't come to the surface right away or that are hard to see. We don't really know Luis's motivation for the things he does until almost at the end of the story, when he has a good solid cry in his dad's car outside the funeral home. Hearing the funeral parlor's name, Luis remembered too, the day his mother died. He had been in her room at the hospital while his father had gone for coffee. The alarm had gone off on her monitor, and nurses had come running in, pushing him outside. After that, all he recalled was the anger that had made him punch a hole in the bedroom wall, and afterward, he had refused to talk to anyone at the funeral. Luis is just angry, and we're seeing him work through the healing process. Boom, suddenly he's very human. We can all understand what loss and guilt and acceptance and anger feel like. Look for ways the main character interacts with others in the story. Luis speaks and acts differently with his father than he does with Naomi, or with his mom, or even with the tiburones. All of these interactions teach us something about the character. So that was 5 things in 5 minutes about Catch the Moon. I hope that helps you to answer the questions. Again, leave us some feedback. If you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comments section on Google Classroom. I want to make the best videos that I can make, and I want to make sure that they help you to answer the questions. That's it for now. See you next week.